Greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to today's bonus upload. Before we jump on into it, a couple quick links. As many of you may know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, channel membership, and the merch to help the channel to continue to grow and go. Links to Patreon, PayPal, and channel membership is in the description below. Merch displayed directly under the video. Also, Dogman, Frightening Encounters, Volume 1 through 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeff Nadolny. These audiobooks are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, links to which are also in the description as well. And finally, last but definitely not least, if you'd really like to help support the channel to continue to grow and go, simply subscribe. It does not cost a cent. Click the like button, takes half a second. If you don't want to miss out on any of the informative uploads I put out daily, click that bell icon. And folks, please leave a comment and share this video. Why? Well, because these things really do help the channel to continue to grow and go. They definitely do matter, and they are appreciated. With that, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's jump in to today's bonus, shall we? Guys, this is one interview that I really do value having because it is the one hunt that Victor hated doing. He did not want to do this hunt, but he had to. And for those people who are not in the military and you're just like used to telling your boss or whatever, no, I don't want to. Well, it's either that or be court-martialed. And there is no in his line of work. But he did truly hate this hunt. So this is another great interview to kick 2023 out of existence and to welcome 2024. All right, tonight, guys, Victor is with us, and he is going to recount the Alaska hunt with us. Very excited to hear that, and I know you guys are as well. Victor, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm very good, very good. So it's been a long time coming. I'm sure a lot of people have been dying to hear this.
Well, I'll be glad to share it with you and tell you how it happened, and we'll go through it.
That sounds good.
Okay. We ready to start?
Yep, ready when you are.
Okay. Well, as you know, I'd just gotten out of the hospital and I was working solo. Didn't have a pilot. I was flying my own copter. And I was working in the field by myself at the time and running back and forth across the country. And I happened to be in Colorado, and I got this, that one had showed up on the TV show, and that's a no-no. It wasn't but 8 seconds, but it showed up, and they said I had to go immediately, and I was wore out. I was working 20, 22 hours a day, and flying my own copter. So I'm in Colorado, and I take off to Alaska. And I stop one time for fuel. And I fuel and fly on in, and you've got to fly in to where this was. It's way, way up. And it's not trying to be a derogatory, but it's Alaskan people, and they're different. They're village people, and I finally got to the village where I could put the chopper down, and they're all excited coming out, seeing what I'm there for. that first evening, I told them I needed to speak with the elders of I called it a tribe, is what I actually called it. I don't know the proper word for it, but I called it a tribe, and I met with them, and we sat down and we talked, and we ate, and they fed me, and they just made a big deal about me being there. And then they said, "Will you get down to business?" And I actually told them that first night, instead of talking to them about what I was there for, I told them I needed to rest. And they said, "Rest is good." So I went back to the helicopter and got in the back, and I slept for 7 hours. And I had already seen this werewolf. It was a werewolf that had showed up on film. And I had already seen it. And they know about it. They openly know about this werewolf. I got up early the next morning and did a little tracking, and it was staying about 400 or 500 yards outside of the village in a cave. And I mean, you could tell where it was staying. And after about 10 o'clock in the morning, I met with the elders, and it was me and 7 elders in this little hut. And they wanted to know my business. And, we had an interpreter in there. There was a man in the village that spoke good English and could interpret. And when I told him what I was there for, he had this dumbfounded look on his face. And he said, "You want me to tell them this?" And I said, "Yes." And he turned and he told them, and the little hut just went quiet. And they just immediately said no. They got no out. Easily got the word no out, that I could do no part of that. And I mean, it was just, the meeting was just about over immediately. They got up, left, and when they left, the interpreter stayed in there with me, and we got up and went outside and was walking around, and he was explaining to me that the werewolf was almost sacred to them at this point. And I was asking why. And he said that there was many winters that the hunters would go out to hunt and would come back empty-handed. And the werewolf would be up there watching to see what the hunters brought back. And if he seen that they brought back nothing for the village to eat on, the next morning there would be maybe 2 caribou or a big large seal, or a couple of times he had brought back polar bears. Not large polar bear, but small polar bear to the village for the people to eat them. And they just worshipped him. And they wouldn't do nothing about it. They wasn't scared of him. They didn't interact with him. They didn't feed him. They just didn't mess with him. But they didn't want him messed with. So I got another meeting with them on the same day. About 3 o'clock that afternoon, we met again. And I had told him what to say prior to that. The government set me up there for him to explain to them that this couldn't be taking place, that we couldn't have these things showing up on cameras like this, and that it had to be disposed of. And that was my job, and that was what I was there to do, and that's what I was going to do. We argued back and forth for 2 or 3 hours. You know, it was more civil this time, but it was getting to the point of they was getting very unruly about it. It was turning dark, and they was becoming actually to the point of almost violence. And I said, we'll just do this again tomorrow. And this is going to be my 3rd day up there, and my superiors is on me. Why hadn't I already done it? Why hadn't I left when I called in? You should done have this job over and done, and on your way back doing something else. And I'm telling them what these tribes people were dependent on this thing for food at times, and that this thing didn't mean to get on camera, making excuses for it myself, because, you know, that was my program. And I was doing everything I could do to try to keep from killing it at that point. And the last thing he said to me was, he said, kill it, get home now. And I said, well, I'm not going to fly out of here in the dark. That was what I was trying to say, and I was hung up on. And the last words, I missed part. Before we ended that meeting, them tribesmen told me that they would shoot me before they'd let me take that role. That was their words to me. They would shoot me before they'd let me kill that werewolf. And I told them, my superiors, I said, they're going to kill me over this werewolf. So I went back to the helicopter that night. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get from where I was at to the cave where that werewolf was, kill it, and get back to the helicopter and have time to crank that helicopter and get it off the ground and get in the air. And that was what I thought about all night long. That was my thoughts in my head. You know, just what am I going to do? And laid there and laid there and laid there all night. And then early the next morning, I got up and cranked the helicopter. Flew it to within about 300 yards of the werewolf's cave, sat down, got out, started walking towards the cave, met 1 or 2 of the locals, and they asked me what I was doing, and I didn't lie to them. I said, I'm fixing to go kill that werewolf. And I was probably 125 yards from the cave. They took off towards the village, and I walked on up to the cave. It started to raise its head. It was laying down. It looked at me. I shouldered my rifle, shot 1 time, knowed it was dead, turned, went back in a trot to the helicopter, got in my seat, got strapped, and looked. and started hearing gunshots. And they was firing at me. And by the time I got up in the air and got out of range and got flown back to my first fuel stop, which I didn't hit a fuel tank or anything, thank goodness, and got sat down, and we counted up the holes. There was 54 holes in my helicopter. And that was my Alaskan hunt. And it was a werewolf that didn't deserve to die. It was caught on the 8-minute clip of film. And it was probably trying to get out of the way of the camera then when it was caught. So
that was the one that I know between you and I that you had a very hard time with your...
Still have a hard time.
Yeah, because it's... You there's certain missions that you have gone on that you can validate the hunt, you know?
Yes.
And that one was...
Most of them I can validate 99.5% of my hunts. That one I can't.
Right.
But I've always followed orders. And that was one. I could have lied, but that's not me.
Yeah, because more than likely it would have came and bit you in the ass if you had lied. I mean...
Yeah, chances are. Chances are.
Another video.
If I hadn't done it after I walked up that cave, once I turned my back on it, I might not have walked out away from it.
Very true.
It may have went on the attack. You know.
Yep.
So, but that one I can't validate that one.
Yeah. I mean, that was
hard.
And it was almost sacred to the villagers there. You know, it was like their, you know, their, I don't know, their totem almost, you know, like the Thunderbird is a totem for a lot of Northwest Native American tribes as like a protector and a guardian. You know, this thing made sure that there was, you know, food for the villagers, and, you know, so it's...
Well, see, that was like, it was doing what the program was designed to do.
Yeah.
And here he goes. He sends me up there to kill this that's doing right. I mean, that was the straw that made me go and bring attention to him, really. That's what, you know, why I went to my superiors, went above his head without going to him. And I regret doing that. I should have went to him first. I wish today, even today, I wished I would have gave him the chance. I wished I'd went to him first. I wished I'd followed the channel of command. But I didn't. I don't think it would have worked out well for me.
Right. Wow. You know, I really appreciate you sharing that with us. I know it's one of the ones that you just are appalled about. So, you know, I think this shows a little different side of not you, but the program and the government. And, you know, it's like was the rational thinking of, oh, well, someone could have saw that 8-second clip and, that would have been, the world would have been in an uproar, but...
Yeah, I mean, they deleted it out anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, they took it out for us immediately. We asked them to take that 8 seconds out. They cut it out. I mean, it wasn't hard. It wasn't a hard fix. What's 8 seconds?
Yeah, literally nothing. Nothing.
Yeah,
So, and then when the villagers threatened you, I mean, you were literally, I remember talking to you that night, and I was like, you're in a rock and a hard place.
I was texting you that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the helicopter texting you that night.
Yep.
I was. Yeah.
It was.
I sure was. I didn't know what to do that night. I mean, I was thinking, but I did what my orders told me.
Yep, that's what a good soldier does.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope I don't never put any of my agents in that position.
Hopefully not. I don't think you would. Not purposely, at least.
Not purposely, no. Not for 8 seconds.
No. So, yeah, that's that right there is the Alaskan encounter that we had talked about for a very long time. And as of right now, we'll just end this upload because we are going to have to figure out what other hunts or encounters we will share. And thank you for sharing that with us. I really appreciate it. I do.
You're welcome.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Okay.
And there you have it, folks. I hope you all enjoyed today's bonus as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. I'd like to thank you all for supporting the channel. It is your support, after all, that helps the channel to continue to grow and go, and what gives us all a place and a chance to share our experiences and theories judgment-free. Everyone is simply treated with the respect that we deserve. Please stay safe, happy, healthy, and ever vigilant, keeping an eye on our children, pets, family, and friends. These creatures are real. These events have happened. Share this information with those you love and care about, and it may just help save their lives someday. Until next time, never stop asking questions, never stop searching for the truth, and God bless you all.